What we're going to talk about today and hopefully demonstrate are the benefits of generative AI on the category management department and systems. So quite a bit of buzz lately about generative AI and how it can help in supply chain operations and in other areas like that. What we're going to dive into today is its impact or potential impact that it can have on category management. The first piece of the demonstration is really just going to show how generative AI can be used to develop a deep knowledge of your internal operations, right? ChatGPT and generative AI have a very good general knowledge of things going on, but they don't have a targeted knowledge of your business model, your specific company, your specific resources. And so what we've kind of developed is a platform that leverages generative AI and brings in more of that personalized approach, that learning of your individual structure without sharing information with ChatGPT, by the way, but more just able to learn about your organization, remember details about your individual resources, which is what we're showing here on the screen, and committing things to memory, almost like a log, which we'll talk about a little bit later. Also, what we're going to show is its ability to execute tasks against your database, against your data, right? So what we're showing on the screen here is a category management system, and we're just spot checking to make sure that the planograms are only in live status and not in any other statuses in the database currently. Now, coming back into our platform, what we'll demonstrate is the ability to not only execute tasks against the database, but also do general queries, right? So chat-based, generative AI-based queries against the database. What we're going to ask it here is how many products are currently in the system, and it's going to reply back after executing queries against our database. It understands what we're trying to accomplish when it asks the question. It's able to translate that into activities against the database that a user would do, right? So think of the time savings of having a resource potentially running in SQL Developer and executing reports, sending that report over to a colleague who may need that information before they can go about their day. What we're doing here in the chat platform is talking with a virtual assistant, if you will, and executing queries against the database in real time. ChatGPT, or GPT-4 actually, is able to assume that duty for us and implement those actions against our database. Also, what we're doing is once we get the general counts of planograms in the database, which it says are 8, we're able to ask it to do activities such as, can you version those planograms for me? And what you'll see is the platform is able to actually execute the versioning activity for us. So that's why we're now checking back into the system and we're saying how many planograms are in the system now. And you'll see that it's coming back with numbers such as 12, 16, because originally there were 8 planograms in the system, but we've asked it to version our ice cream, we've asked it to version our coffee makers, and now instead of having 8 planograms in the system, it has completed the activities. And you'll see here, we're spot checking the database again. We've got 8 coffee maker planograms instead of 4, and 8 ice cream planograms instead of 4. One of the last things we'll talk about now, before we get into some of the use cases, are memory indexing and prompt injection. So what you see here on the screen is a set of quote-unquote memories that the generative AI platform has developed. And essentially what this is we've been having conversations with the platform. We've been asking it to version planograms. We've been asking it how many products are in our system. It's converted those into a memory, which is sort of a generative AI log, if you will. So here, we'll click on ice cream, and it indexes back all of the times we've interacted with it in terms of asking it questions about ice cream, whether it's to be, can you version my ice cream planograms? How many ice cream planograms are in the system? Similarly here, a question about number of stores has been indexed. And again, it's going in as memories, but really what it is, it's allowing us to build trust because it's recording what we're doing, again, with generative AI and our database. And it's injecting these memories back into the prompt to tailor the message to us, a more personalized message. But it's also showing us why that message is personal to us, right? Resources available at EY. Here's a memory it's developed based on past conversations. We have access to that. Now, sometimes the indexes come back. Sometimes here, for example, a resource named Robert Varner, it indexed it as Robert, and it also indexed it as Robert Varner. So the platform does allow us to edit the indexes and say, I don't want duplication here. Robert is Robert Varner. Let's change that and make it one index of Robert Varner. Now, some of the use cases, as we go through pretty quickly, are the versioning. the interaction with a Jira dashboard, the analytics against the database for coffee makers, the product lookup to forward-looking forecast on the items, and then lastly, just kind of a quick demo of a robot using generative AI to look up inventory levels and take a look and get back to stock level.
Looks like we have 30 in stock and it sells 6 units a week.
And we really hope you enjoyed this video and you stop by our booth at Icon to talk more about how EY can help you with generative AI, stable assortments, which is another demo we have. We're happy to touch base on, and we look forward to seeing you there.